So now that I've carved the main part of my design into my slab and just like fixed any stuff that looks a little rough, I'm gonna go in and start to carve down into the clay to make the relief sculpture. So relief sculpture is basically anything that is getting carved out, okay? So we're gonna be carving out certain parts of our slab. To kind of help myself not get confused, because when you're working, sometimes you can forget, I'm just gonna put little X's or whatever you want in the spots that you plan on carving out. So I'm not going to touch the border. The border is going to stay, and we're just going to carve out these spots that we've marked. So when you guys carve, you mostly should be using a ribbon tool. So these are called ribbon tools or a loop tool because they have this metal loop on the end. And we're going to use these to dig the clay out of the slab. So I am just going to start in a random area, and I'm going to just start digging. When you're doing this, you're going to get a lot of clay, just extra clay. I want you to save this because we're going to use it later for our project. So just start kind of gathering it up off to the side. I'm just being really careful around my objects. And you're gonna get more of those clay boogers. You can just wait till the end though to clean that up. Now, I don't want you to carve all the way down to the bottom. So we shouldn't have holes in our piece. We don't want it to be too thin or else it's gonna break. So if I put this on its side, it's about a 1/2 inch thick. So the side's about a 1/2 inch thick. You do not want to carve too thin. If you carve too thin, you run the chance of having your piece break when it goes into the kiln. That's when it's its most fragile. So every so often when you're carving, I just want you to kind of tap your finger, make sure you're not getting too thin. You can always go back and carve more later, but it's really hard to add clay back once you've taken it out. But I'm gonna spend the rest of the video just carving out all my X's.